Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time around. My name is Kay, and today's topic is going to be on YouTube copyright. So you might be wondering, Kay, what is YouTube copyright? Well, it essentially dictates that anything that doesn't belong to you is protected by copyright in order for that person to not use unoriginal material for financial gain. Over the past couple days, we've seen the anime community pushing this issue towards the forefront of media because anime analysis YouTuber Totally Not Mark has been accused of copyrighted material in his One Piece and Dragon Ball Z videos. Now, these claims by Toei Animation are very skeptical considering that all of his content is under fair use. However, it just shows the discrepancies that big corporations have over their creators and the lack of respect that they have towards them. Why did Toei Animation go after this one creator? And is fair use such a hard concept for corporations and studios to understand? And why are they claiming stuff when they know it's rightfully under fair use? And are Japanese copyright laws really acceptable? Let's get into it. We gotta start off by giving a little bit of a synopsis surrounding the situation. I know this might be a little doozy, but it's important, trust me. So, over the past couple of days, Totally Not Mark has been experiencing one of the most unrealistic copyright claim stories I've probably ever heard. Toei Animation decided to go onto his channel and copyright 155 of his videos because of the Dragon Ball Z and One Piece content inside of the videos. According to Wikipedia, fair use is a doctrine in the United States law that permits limited use of copyrighted material without having to first acquire permission from the copyright holder. Notice the word limited. This suggests that you are able to use copyrighted material unless it's within a certain range. It makes no sense that Toei Animation copyrighted him, and also gives him no excuse, because taking a peep at Totally Not Mark's YouTube channel and how he edits his videos, he completely abides by the Content ID system in which he's able to use that material. And copyright goes through a lot of different sectors, from images, videos, to even talking about it, because YouTube does have a lot of censorship issues and can demonetize your videos if you say certain words. But the fact that Toei Animation decided to copyright all of his videos, it's really frustrating to see a YouTuber who's been on the platform for over 5 years and making solid anime analysis content be treated with such disrespect. Toei Animation actually reached out to Mark to help them promote their next couple of projects. And this is how you treat him after he's helped your company with their brand? Besides that point entirely, Toei Animation copyrighted his material that was falsely claimed. I stated this earlier how it was skeptical that Toei Animation copyrighted that many videos, but in Mark's video when he's explaining the situation, he states that
if Dragon Ball was in the title, it was removed. They clearly didn't watch any of these videos, and I know this because they took down over 50 hours worth of content in a few hours, oftentimes only seconds apart.
just from my experiences with copyright, especially with anime, they usually just copyright material that's over that 20-second margin and just call it a day in order for them to make profit. I experienced this with my Peach Girl video. It took, I think, around 5 times of re-uploading before it cleared, and the corporation TV Tokyo was essentially copywriting every 20 seconds of my video in like 2 or 3 different spots until I essentially had to completely abide by that 7-second rule for each segment for them to clear my content. And that's just so frustrating because the anime industry is so large and has so much money, and the fact that you're copyright claiming someone that doesn't have a fourth of that income is just plainly unacceptable. I mean, because they have so much money. They have so much money to invest in resources and to make their productions better by continuing their series. They don't need to come after creators that are literally abiding by YouTube copyright laws. Speaking of copyright, Toei Animation has a history of copywriting their creators. Joey, aka the Anime Man, posted a video a little while ago that he may or may not be able to go back to his main channel, the Anime Man, because Toei Animation gave him 2 copyright strikes for both of the videos. Now, I'm not sure if this was rightfully claimed or not rightfully claimed, but just from Joey's explanation in that video, it would seem that Toei Animation is continuously falsely claiming their creators, and it's just downright frustrating because they are pretty large creators on the platform, and it doesn't even make sense from a marketing standpoint to claim and destroy their content. They're at best losing a large amount of their consumers, and at worst, they're committing fraud. The fact that they're
illegally claiming someone's content,
it's a felony type behavior, and the only way that they're able to get away with this is because they are a large corporation. Toei Animation's claims go from a more deeper ideological standpoint from Japanese copyright laws. Brian Ashcraft from the Kotaku writes, Japanese copyright laws lack any fair use provisions protecting criticism. So in Japan, right holders have the legal standing to prevent any of their intellectual property from being used in such as YouTube videos. And that, unfortunately, seems to be the main issue in Totally Not Mark's videos. Since this is dating to a specific country's copyright rules, it's suggesting that Toei Animation's actions are justified when they clearly are unacceptable. In that same article, it highlights how schools and libraries are the only institutions that are protected from Japanese copyright laws in terms of showing anime or any other sort of unoriginal material. Epic Stream writes, the law is harsh, but it's the law. Which from one standpoint, I do understand what they're saying. I do know that people try to use unoriginal content for malicious purposes or just to give like a little cash grab moment. But Totally Not Mark isn't doing that at all. All he's doing is making reviews on anime, and for the most part, is particularly positive in his regards and comments. And YouTube doesn't even seem to be helping out their creators at all. They say that it's like
an equal opportunity
for creators to grow and thrive, but if you're critically trying to not push those ideologies onto your consumer, aka the audience that watches YouTube, you're actually pushing aside your policies on your algorithm. YouTube algorithm essentially wants to keep creators on the platform for as long as possible, but they're not doing that if they're getting rid of half of their videos that aren't even in the copyright law. Like I stated earlier, the anime industry financially has money. According to Statista, they essentially have 2.5 trillion yen in 2019, which equates to $22 million in American dollars. Toei Animation's net worth is 324 million yen, that equates to around 2 million US dollars. That doesn't even consider 2021, as that article was from 2020. So obviously that number could be easily another million or half a million. And if they have that much money, then claiming this man's content is just utterly disappointing and despicable. I just want to give my regards to Mark and just say that you have been wrongfully accused of something that you have done nothing in the wrong. And I am praying for you, I am supporting you, and from one Sailor Moon fan to another, please, y'all, do not support Toei Animation right now. I leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video was extremely incoherent and not organized, but this issue has been really bothering me and I wanted to give my thoughts. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.